We are live, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Welcome into another episode here of Gogi Sports. What's going on, fellas? DX, V Barry, we got the whole crew in here. Coming off a nice day yesterday, guys. Went 5-1. Missed out on one game there, New Jersey, New York Islanders. We had the first period, the full game over, and that game finished 2-1. So unfortunately, missed on that one, but we cashed on 5 others there, guys. We're 97 and 82 on the year, up 20 units. So we're off to a nice start. We're feeling good. We're ready to go. This card here today, guys, we got 6 games, small slate, and 9 in the AHL. So we're ready to fire here. We're ready to go. Thanks for tuning in, guys. And it's a nice day here in Canada. We're looking at about 2 degrees. We're still rocking the old helmet here. That's our style. That's our staple here. And guys, thanks for tuning in. We're going to rock and roll here. As I said, 6 games in the NHL. We'll get right to it here, guys. I got 5 plays, 5 best bets I sent out to the clients already, guys. So we got some action today. Let's make some more money in the NHL. So far, guys, this Toronto-Edmonton game is going to be a good game. That's one of the ones we're locking in on. Let's get right to that one. Toronto-Edmonton, guys, looking at possibly getting Anderson back. He's been practicing for the Leafs in the last 2 games there in Edmonton. Also, Matthews. Matthews is also questionable. So this Toronto team's been playing really good, though, guys, behind not having Anderson, not having Matthews, 2 of their top players. I think this is a spot, though, guys, where Edmonton can show they don't want to get swept in 3 games. They've been shut out by Hutchinson and by Campbell. So Edmonton, they're possibly without Cahoon. That means they're going to be having Nugent Hopkins, Yamamoto, and Draisaitl. They're going to be moving up possibly on a line together, guys. When you have those combinations, those 3 guys on the line, they've done a lot for this Edmonton team in the past. So I expect Edmonton here, guys, to get her going, get the guys skating again, get the puck in the net early. Anderson, if he does come back, I think it could be I don't necessarily love it. I think Edmonton's going to be – they're pissed off. They're not messing around here. What else can I tell you about this game, guys? Smith's been an unbelievable goalie for Edmonton. Koskinen, they've already picked up Stalock from Minnesota, so it tells you right there Koskinen's going to be going to the AHL most likely. If not the AHL, he's going to be sitting on the bench. Stalock's a great improvement for that team. First period over right away. V. Barry just threw in a first period over. I don't mind that look either. I think Edmonton's going to get out to a quick start. Only issue would be is Smith. He's got a 1.87 goals against V, and overall with a .938 save percentage. So Smith's done nothing wrong, and he shut out that Toronto team. You know, after Koskinen got pulled for 3 goals, he didn't allow a single a goal to that Toronto team. So I don't see anything wrong with what Smith did. The total in this game, yeah, I would lean to an over. I just see this being an Edmonton line. The line's pretty much right where I would expect it to be. It's about even money on both sides, guys, 1.95. And I'm looking both first period and full game money line here, guys, on Edmonton. I think they're going to come after them early. I'm going to get right after them early. Only issue would be is the defense for Toronto, guys, has been very accountable. This is something Toronto has not had in the past. Now that they have, they got guys, Muzzin's back there, Riley, Bogosian, older guy there helping McDermott. They're just a much better defensive team, and they brought in Brody from Calgary, obviously. So with that being said, though, guys, Edmonton here, they can't slip up anymore. Toronto's, they're looking like they're running away with this division. But with that being said, I like Edmonton here, guys. Bounce back spot, first period, full game. I expect to hit both of these. I like Edmonton here, guys. Pull the trigger. Next game here, we're looking at Washington, Boston. These Washington Capitals, guys, they're not messing around right now. Samsonov is going to be in net more likely than not. He's 2.92 with a 0.878 goals against, save percentage. So 2.92 goals against and a 0.878 save percentage is not exactly the greatest numbers you're going to want to see here, guys, but Washington's their healthy team. They have nothing wrong with their team right now. They're healthy. You're going to have a Chara. Chara's been in Boston practicing as well. That's where his family is. So I just think this is a good spot for Washington. I actually have the full game over as a bet already made, guys. I sent out to the clients. V. Barry just saying 71% to the over in the first period of any of these home away sports in Toronto or Edmonton. So there's a very good look there from V. Barry, 71% to the over. So that is a good look as well. But I like Edmonton, guys, first period and full game. Back to this Washington-Boston game. I like the over. the defense for Boston right now, guys, is they're beat up. Grizzlick's out. They have other. I don't have the Lazon's out. They have a couple other guys out for Boston. Not to mention, they're scoring the puck still. They're putting the puck in the back of the net. Halak should be going here tonight, guys. He's got 2.42 goals against with a .903 save percentage. Not high in that save percentage from Halak. He's a better goalie though at home. The thing is though, you can never count out this Boston team. I expect Boston to have some fireworks here. Washington guys are 33% of the time they come back in the second period. Whenever you see a team that comes back in the second period, that just leads to overs, leads to goals, right? So I think this could be an over spot. Even Washington, that 2.2, I wouldn't shy away from Washington here. But we like the full game over. We've been running hot, as we've been telling you guys, 8-2 in the last 2 days, and 97-82 and overall in the NHL. So we like the full game over here, guys. V Barry, my guy here, B's tough at home. You think Halak over Rask tonight? Yeah, I do expect Halak over Rask tonight. And I'm going to try and just incorporate something here, guys. I'm on StreamYard. Let's just share a screen, and I'm just going to pull something up here for you guys. I think you'll like it. Share screen. Boom. All right, there we go. So there's our overall records. We're going to just go to our NHL book of knowledge here. So I'll just break it down for our guy V Barry here. I pretty much have all the day-to-day game logs here. So we're just going to look up Boston Bruins here. And from what I've noticed, they've been going back and forth between the two goalies. What do we have here? 11 games in the month of February played for Boston. And last game, we did see Rask. They did win 4-1. So you do have a good point there, V Barry. They did play a good game with Rask. Game before that, they also went with Rask. So that is where I think Halak will go. I don't see Halak playing 3 games in a row here. What else do we have here? Then Halak's last game, as you see here, 7-2 loss. So he got beat up against this New York Islander team, and I think Washington can do the same thing here, V. Yeah, that's kind of where I'm looking in that game. Let's get back to the full screen there. So yeah, I kind of like Halak to start here, but I don't like what I've seen Halak in the month of February, really. Both teams can score. I expect there to be some offense here, V. So that's going to be the play, guys. Full game over, Washington, Boston. That's best bet number 3. First 2 were Edmonton, first period, and full game money line. Let's not waste much more time here. Next game is going to be at 9:30 p.m. Eastern time. It is the St. Louis Blues versus your Anaheim Mighty Ducks. That's right, the Mighty Ducks, a.k.a. Ducks. You know what we mean. But anyway, guys, yeah, V Barry there. Appreciate all the insights here, my man. Anyway, St. Louis is going to be looking at Binghamton more than likely. As you guys saw what happened in the last game, he had a bit of a temper tantrum and decided to go after some players on San Jose, looking like a bit of a little pipsqueak, if you ask me. But, you know, he was trying to fire up the team, and I guess it worked. They won 7-6, but they're going up against the Anaheim team with Gibson more than likely with a 2.76 goals against and a .905 save percentage. I don't mind those numbers, but overall, this Anaheim team's looking at the youth, guys. From what I'm seeing from the beat writers is their youth's going to be taking on bigger roles, so leading to more offense and less defense. So I would be looking at more overs going forward with this Anaheim team, guys. Lindholm's also out for on the defense for Anaheim. He's a big defensive player, along with Rowney. Rowney's more of an offensive player, but defensive-minded as well for Anaheim. This is a tough game. I would lean towards St. Louis, but this is a no play in my opinion. There's way too many injuries for the St. Louis team. With that being said, they've had a lot of guys. They still have 3 lines, guys, that are really good. I can't bring it up right now. I don't have the lines the tab up right now, but I can tell you the 3 lines for St. Louis are still really deep. Anaheim, they got 2 lines. The rest of them are all rookies trying to make way. As you guys know, Trevor Zegras, star player for the USA World Junior team, top pick for Anaheim Mighty Ducks. He'll get it going. He's only going to push offense on this team. 5.5. I'd have to look at the over there, guys. It's not going to be a best bet, but overall, I'd be looking at the over and St. Louis in this game. V Barry here. Just see if I can just drop this down. He says the Ducks might sneak the win last game versus Huso. Lean Blues, but not a team I would want to rush to back. That's very true. They've lost the last 7 games to this Anaheim Duck team. It's tough to, they're going to be playing hard overall. This Anaheim team, like I said, they're youth focused. They don't have many older players. Getzlaf's he's the only older guy, and to be honest, he's slowing the team down more than anything. Poker Addicted, did I ever tell you about? Yeah, we went over that last show there, Mr. Poker. Appreciate you tuning in, my man. But anyway, St. Louis and Anaheim lean to the over there. Not going to be a best bet. Moving on to the next one here, Minnesota Vegas. We do have our 4th best bet of the night here, guys. Minnesota Vegas, looking at Kakkonen, 2.41 goals against average with a .915 save percentage. Talbot and Kakkonen have been going back and forth, and I do expect that to happen again tonight. That's right. I appreciate you tuning in, Poker. So Kakkonen here, I like what I've been seeing from the guy. He's been really good in 12 games. Gotta love it. He was a star goalie for the Iowa Wild. You gotta like what you're seeing from this guy. Overall, Minnesota guys, they're really deep. 4 lines that can score. This is next to Toronto, Edmonton. This is going to be another game of the night. Only issue would be is Vegas guys and their goalie situation. Fleury is now played. If he goes tonight, it'd be 9 games in the last 10 for Vegas. So he's been used an awful lot, and he's pushing 36, 37 years old. So as much as I love Fleury, I don't know what to expect from him here, guys. So Minnesota in the first periods, they're 12-2, 12 goals for, only 2 goals against in the month of February, and they're 10-5 on the road. So I'm gonna be looking at the first period, Minnesota Wild here, guys. I expect them to bounce back. They put up 4 goals on Fleury in the second period last game. They just unfortunately slipped up in the third. I like Minnesota full game. It's tough to beat Vegas full game at home, but I think first period, guys, as good as this Vegas team's been, I like the spot. 2.2 on the decimal odds there, so plus 120. You can get the Minnesota Wild, guys. I like that one. That's best bet number 4 on the card there. One thing also, I'd be leaning to the over. Vegas, they're pretty much healthy right now. They got Nosek back, which is a big 3rd, 4th line contributor for this Vegas team. He's going to be working with Reeves and whatnot, and they were practicing the other couple nights, last 2 days. So expect some more offense out of this game, in my opinion. But I think we can get Minnesota out of the gate. First period money line, a nice plus 120. That's best bet number 4 on the card. 2 more games here, guys. We're going to go to Arizona LA Kings. Actually, you know what? We're going to go to the 10:31 first. Colorado, because I got a lot on Arizona LA. Colorado San Jose. Not much on this game. Maker, Byram, Calvert, and Gilbert are all out for Colorado. 3 of those are defensive players. The defense they brought up from the Colorado Eagles is not good enough to sustain goals as good as Grubauer is. I would lean to the over again here. The line's out of sorts. I can't be looking at Colorado at 1.46. They're not playing good hockey since their COVID issue. They haven't been coming back strong. No power play goals at all. I'm not impressed with this Colorado team. Hurdle's out with the COVID. Other than that, San Jose's healthy. They're getting contribution from guys like Rudolph Balcers. Watched him play here in Belleville. Doesn't do anything wrong. Really accountable guy, offensive player. Knows he's in the right place at the right time. So they got some young guys. They're an offensive-minded team led by some older defensemen, but they know how to push the puck, and Burns, Carlson, and Vlasic and company. So Jones is in net. I'd like to see him stop this Colorado team 2 games in a row, guys. So I would lean towards the full game over, 1.92. It's not going to be a best bet, but I lean that way along with the over. Could be a grand salami over, guys. I see a lot of over possibility here tonight. So anyway, Colorado San Jose, lean to the over. V. Barry just says, monster game, tough to go against Vegas at home. It is very tough to go against Vegas at home. We saw what they did the other game a couple of nights ago. They came back 4-2. They were down. I expected Minnesota to win that game. But, this Vegas team, you can't sleep on them. But as I'm saying, Fleury, I don't know. He's been playing really good, but I think you're going up against a really tough Minnesota team. This 97 Kaparov or Kirill Kaparnov, whatever his name is there, he's unbelievable. I see Minnesota getting out early to this game. Full game will be interesting, guys, depending on how the game's going. Watch the game. You'll get a better understanding to see if Vegas is really into this one or if Minnesota is ready to lock it down and not allow them to lose in the third again. So I like the first period over there. Anyways, guys, let's go on to the last game here. Arizona LA Kings. A lot of people are on the Kings on this game, and I am too. Nothing wrong with what I'm seeing from the Kings, guys. They're healthy. They're getting great goalie production from Quick, surprisingly, and Pettersson. Watch Cal Pettersson for the AHL team, the Ontario Reign. He's going to be the goalie for the future. Gotta love him. What's going on? We got DX back in the chat. We're just on the last game right here, DX. We're going over Arizona LA Kings. We're looking at LA Kings first period full game money line here. They're doing nothing wrong. The Kings are a healthy team. They're led by Kopitar. They got Velarde. The Athanasiou's back. They got 3 or 4 lines too. This team's damn good defensively. They're good enough. If Quick's pulling out shutouts and that's not because of Quick. That's the team in front of them. That's the defense. So, Poker Addicted saying first period overs. Not in this game. Not in this one, Poker. AZ LA Kings, I would look to the under, actually. Just because Arizona, they've actually been really strong on the road. They haven't been scoring on the road at all, where LA Kings have also been really strong defensively. So I would lean to the under, if anything, in this game, but I expect the Kings to get the job done here. Arizona is also going to be without Kemper. Looking at Ranta. Ranta going is not someone I like. Ranta or Hill. Keep an eye on this one, guys. Aiden Hill's been playing just as good, if not better, than Ranta. So either one of these two goalies, I think your LA Kings offense and company can win this game and get them in the playoff picture. So we look towards the LA Kings here. We got them at 2.02 on the overnight, and we also got the first period money line at plus 100, 2.00. So that's best bet number 5 and number 6 for the card there, guys. So, DX is leaning to Arizona. Yeah, I could see that, but everyone's on this Kings. That's the only issue I kind of see here is this is a publicly backed dog that might turn into a favorite by the end of it all. But I think the Kings early, and they've been really good once they get the lead too. This LA Kings team's near 100% when they're leading after the first and second period. So Arizona's great at coming back, but I think their comebacks are, they're at home and they're when they're healthy. Garland's also very questionable. Without Connor Garland, that's a big offensive player. So this team's banged up where the Kings are moving in the right direction. So, I would like the Kings. V. Barry saying he would prefer Pettersson in this spot. I would too. Kemper is not available, and that is true. Kemper is not available, and it's looking like Garland. I don't think Garland's going to be going, and if he is, he's not more than likely at 100%. I'm just going to split the screen here for you guys one more time. We're just going to take a look at the Los Angeles Kings goalie situation here, just to see if there is a possible chance we could see Pettersson. So we're looking at 12 games in the month of February. That's quite a bit for a team. So they played the Minnesota Wild, and Pettersson did go last game. He lost 4-3. So I would expect Quick to go back. I don't, why would you go with the goalie that just lost as much as you want to get maybe the win the next game? But he lost against Minnesota, and then Quick won against Minnesota. So I don't see why you don't go back to Quick here. He's a great home goalie. He's had 2 shutouts in the month of February too. So I like what I'm seeing from Quick. I think he can get the job done here. The offense, as we're saying, for the Arizona Coyotes is pretty stale on the road, and they got some injuries in without their starting goalie. So, appreciate you guys tuning in. We're going to go over the best bets here one more time for our guy V. Barry and company. First one here is at, I believe, 7 o'clock is Washington, Boston. I'm going with the full game over 6. 6 is pushing a little bit here, guys, but I think this is going to be an offensive showdown here. Both teams are going to – this is the East first, second teams, in my opinion. Boston's already in the lead, but Washington's going to be coming up on their coattail now that they're healthy. The big question is going to come down to Samsonov and Vanacek. How good is Samsonov and Vanacek going to be for this Washington team? If one of them can step up, then this Washington team's they're going to go deep in the playoffs. But if they don't have goalie production, they're going to be like the Carolina Hurricanes, in my opinion, until Mrazek comes back. They're not going to go deep. So, yeah, that's best bet number 1, Washington, Boston, over 6. Best bet number 2 and number 3 is Edmonton first period money line and full game money line, just like the bounce back spot here. Toronto, been playing good, but I know this Toronto team pretty good. This is the best Toronto team I've seen in the last probably 15 years, maybe since Sundin and Tucker and those boys. So they're playing good hockey, but I do expect them to slip up here. I like doubling up Edmonton money line first period and full game. Best bet number 4 is the Minnesota Wild first period. Not sure about the full game just because Vegas is that good at home and at coming back. So I like Minnesota. They're 12-2, goals for, goals against in the first period in the month of February. So let's look at that trend and let's hit it hard there. First period, Minnesota Wild, that's at plus money too, guys, plus 120. And then best bet number 5 and 6 is the LA Kings. First period, money line, full game money line. Just fading Arizona on the road here. I don't like the spot with the backup goalies as well. Without Garland, that's one of your leaders on the team. And LA Kings, they're playing great hockey right now, led by some young players, and they're a hard team to beat at home. So let's roll with the LA Kings here. That's the best bet number 5 and 6 on the money line. Jeremy Roenick was a world beater. Oh, JR for Philly, Arizona. You know, he moved around. JR is like I respect JR's game. You know, he's in front of the net, tipping the puck. You know, he's garbage goal. He's a real grinder in front of the net. You got to appreciate the way a JR played. Not many of those anymore. But yeah, guys, those are the best bets. 6 of them on the card. We're gonna go over the AHL now, short and sweet. There are 9 games, but we only have 3 best bets. We're gonna go over the 3 best bets right away here, guys. First one's at 5 p.m. It's the Syracuse Crunch versus your Wilkes-Barre Scranton Penguins. Let's go with Syracuse here. They're gonna have Martin going. I'm not a huge fan of Martin. It's Montembeault and Martin there. He's got a 3.03 goals against with a .909 save percentage. Wait for the confirmations here. I have a question mark, but Martin and Montembeault are not having a good start to the year. The penalty kill for Syracuse, guys, it's usually pretty good for this team. It's only at 77%. This is the Syracuse is the affiliate for the Tampa Bay Lightning and the Florida Panthers. So there's been a couple. You have 2 teams you're affiliating for. You're not going to have many players, I imagine, on the team, even though you do have 2 teams combined. Anyway, Wilkes-Barre has legacy, guys. This is the big reason why we're going to take Wilkes-Barre here, regulation. That's going to be the best bet. 2.01 goals against. He's coming off rest as well. He's got a .927 save percentage, one of the better goalies in the AHL. And Syracuse has lost their last 5, but Wilkes-Barre's won their last 3. They're doing nothing wrong. Power play and penalty kill are in the Wilkes-Barre advantage here. Wilkes-Barre's just putting the puck in the net. Pittsburgh's getting a lot healthier too. That's Penguins affiliate for Wilkes-Barre. So all their players are coming back to the AHL team. And they beat up on Lehigh Valley. They beat up on some good teams this year, Hershey. So I like Wilkes-Barre Scranton here, guys. 5 p.m. just before the NHL game started up. Nice one in the afternoon, late afternoon. Wilkes-Barre Scranton regulation. That's at plus 120, 121. Best bet number 2. 2 first period unders here. First one's going to be Grand Rapids Rockford. Rockford's just one of the worst offensive teams, guys. That's the Chicago Blackhawks affiliate. You can only imagine how many of their players have been called up to the Blackhawks team. Rockford, they just struggle to score the puck. Stopping the puck's not been their issue. The big thing here, I expect, is Morris to go. This Morris is a young kid for Chicago, kind of like Lankin, and came out of nowhere. This Morris guy has been really good, though. He's got a 2.25 goals against with a .941 save percentage. Yeah, it's only been in 3 games, but I like what I'm seeing. They're at home, and Grand Rapids is going to be going with Boyle or Nagel. They're 2 really good goalies for the Grand Rapids Griffins. Both teams have okay penalty kill. 73%, 80% are not the greatest of numbers, but that's why we're only going to take the first period. Strong under trends for both teams, 3 and 5 to the first period under. So I like the first period under here, Grand Rapids and Rockford. Next one here is going to be Hershey, Lehigh Valley. Hershey now have Phoenix Copley. He's their number 1 goalie. He's finally back on the team with Samsonov back up on the with the big boys. Copley's got a 1.97 goals against with a .920 save percentage. And then Lehigh Valley guys is going to be throwing Zane McIntyre. He's coming off a nice rest that he needed. They went Sandstrom, last game. So I really like having McIntyre on some rest. He's got a 2.47 goals against with a .914 save percentage overall this year. Both teams have an over 90% penalty kill. So I guess I'd be a little stronger on the first period under on Hershey Lehigh, but I'm also rocking the Grand Rapids and Rockford under as well. First period, guys. You can get that at a variety of sports books. And that's at 1.92 and 1.96. So the line's really good. A lot of these books are leaning towards the over, and some of them are incorrect. And I think the Grand Rapids and Rockford game and Hershey Lehigh game are incorrect. So first period unders in both those games, and the side best bet is going to be Wilkes-Barre Scranton Penguins. Quite the tongue twister over your Syracuse Crunch in regulation. Some other games we're looking at here. We'll go over them quick. Stockton Belleville, real question mark here. I don't know what our Belleville Senators are doing here, hometown team. Stockton's going to have Wolf, Sparks. It's a real question mark for their goalie situation. So we're off this game. Too many question marks, but lean towards Stockton. Manitoba, Moose versus your Toronto Marlies. Two good goalies here, finally getting some rest. Burdin and D. Agostoni. Surprisingly, he's been really good for the Toronto team. I'd lean towards the under, but again, too many question marks here. Manitoba could win this game. Don't love it enough to bet it. Utica versus Rochester. Giles and Luke Kokkonen. Luke Kokkonen's been bad for the Rochester team, which is the Buffalo Sabres affiliate. He's a young guy. They expect more of him. He got lit up against Utica the last game. He should have a better performance here. He's going up against Utica again. It's a tough call. I'm going to stay away from this game, but I lean towards Rochester for a bounce back. Don't love it at all. Three more games here. Texas Stars versus your Tucson Roadrunners. Gotta love that name, the Roadrunners. Arizona Coyotes affiliate. They're getting a healthy or fresh Prosvedov, who's one of the star goalies in the AHL for the Tucson Roadrunners. He's been really good in the last 3 years. He's off to a 2.80 goals against, but with a .918 save percentage. So he's been tested with 2.8 goals against and a .918 save percentage. Texas is going with Shaw. Goaltender advantage goes towards Tucson here, guys. But Texas overall, they're an over team. Both their goalies, Shaw and Point, are not to be trusted. Oettinger, he was the number one last year. He's now up with the big boys, as you guys know, behind Khudobin. This is a tough one here. I lean towards Tucson regulation. I think they get the job done. This is a really good hockey team, and with a 92% penalty kill at home. You got to love that. Poker Addicted, Utica Club, very underrated brew, Schultz and Dooley. Okay, I'm not too familiar with those guys. I'll have to look them up. But this Utica team, yeah, they're a great hockey team. They got number 9 there. I can't remember his name. Defensive player for this Utica team. Their goalie situation, they got Giles from the Calgary affiliate. So they updated their goalie situation, in my opinion, losing McIntyre, getting Giles. Overall, this Utica team, they're okay. You know, I watched them a lot here in Belleville poker. They got some offense when they want to, but it's a tough call. I don't really know as much about Utica as I want to. That's why I'm not going to take this bet. But Utica, Rochester, I've been watching Rochester, and they got some issues on their D end. But overall, they have been a strong defensive team. So too many question marks there. We're off that game. Two more games here. San Jose Bakersfield, Harvey Skinner. You guys might remember Skinner played a couple games for the Edmonton Oilers. Overall, he's a pretty good AHL goalie, but this Bakersfield team is really bad. They got a 9% power play, good defensively at 83% penalty kill. San Jose, they just did a big switch. They moved up Blitchfield, half their core, and they brought up kind of the weaker core that was on the San Jose Sharks. So they did a big big switch around. Got some question marks here, guys. I lean towards San Jose, but I'm just not sure because of the whole switch up they had. And Harvey, he's got a lot to show, in my opinion, still. So we're off that game. Last game of the night here is our guy V. Barry saying San Diego, the San Diego Gulls, another great team, great name, against the Ontario Reign. So the issue here is the goaltending. Grosnick, he was just called down. They surprisingly brought up Villalta, who's been just awful as the third backup for the LA Kings. So if Grosnick goes, that's a star goalie who was on the Milwaukee Admirals last year. Unbelievable goalie. If he goes for Ontario, this could be a sneaky under spot. Both teams have a 90% penalty kill and an 84% 90 towards San Diego. Power plays are weak at 13 and 12%. So you know what? I do lean towards the under there. Dostal's been really good, the San Diego goalie. Played a lot over in Europe. Now, since he's came over here, this guy's been a beast. He's played a lot of hockey. He's got a 2.73 goals against, but with a 9.26 save percentage. Love the save percentage from Dostal. And Grosnick, it's going to be his first game in 2021, but I can tell you this guy, Troy Grosnick, he's been a hell of a goalie for Milwaukee. He's moved around from Edmonton this year, now to LA. Bit of a question mark here. I lean towards the under. San Diego could sneak this one out just because Ontario guys are a really bad hockey team. They're just not to be trusted defensively. It's going to be tough. I want to see a game or two from Grosnick before I trust the guy, but I lean towards the under, and if anything, probably San Diego there, V-Berry. But yeah, that's the card there, guys. AHL and NHL. We only got to win. Sorry, let me try again. We only went about a half an hour, but we'll go over the best bets one more time, guys. I appreciate y'all tuning in. And any more questions, we're going to be on for about another couple minutes. Feel free to throw them in the chat there. NHL best bets one more time. Washington, Boston, full game over 6. Edmonton, money line, first period and full game. Minnesota, first period money line. And LA Kings, first period money line and full game money line. AHL, Wilkes-Barre, Scranton Penguins, regulation plus 121. Grand Rapids, Rockford, first period under, minus 110. Hershey, Lehigh Valley, first period under, minus 106. So those are the 3 best bets, guys, and we do lean towards San Diego, Tucson, Manitoba, Stockton, and that's about it. So yeah, guys, thanks for tuning in. That was the show. We got some bets going on. We got 9 in total. If you guys are looking for my action, it's down below in the chat in the description. Check it out at pickcity.com. We got discounts available through DM, so feel free to DM me at Ego47 on Twitter there. And yeah, we'll throw you guys a nice discount rate and get you on board with the rest of the crew. Like I said, we are here, let me do a little split screen one more time here for you. Show you the records. We got, like I said, we're 98 and 72, something like that. We're off to a nice start. 97 and 82. You guys can see right there. That's overall. This month, we're 8 and 2, 80%, 6.98 units. You see, we also do NASCAR for you NASCAR fans, also golf going forward, and MLB and KBO. So that's what we got going on over here at Gogi Sports, guys. You will be added to this spreadsheet. Once you do subscribe, all members will be added to this spreadsheet along with our pick of knowledge where we send all of our picks. So, yeah, I'll get us back to the full screen. But thanks for tuning in, everyone. We'll be back again, not this Saturday. We got some stuff going on, unfortunately, but I'll send out some picks probably for free. If not, do some type of giveaway this week for you guys. So, yeah, thanks for rocking and rolling. We'll be back again probably Tuesday next week with the next episode of Gogi Talk Sports. Let's catch some tickets, guys. We'll see you again next week. Cheers.